It was a cold night in March 1964. Kitty Genovese, a young woman, was walking home to her apartment in Queens, New York. It was late, and the streets were quiet. As Kitty approached her building, a man attacked her. Kitty screamed for help. "Oh my God, he stabbed me," she cried. "Please help me." Her cries echoed through the night, reaching the ears of her neighbors. Lights flickered on in nearby apartments. Windows opened. People were awake and aware of Kitty's struggle. For over 30 minutes, the attack continued. Kitty's attacker left and returned several times. Her screams pierced the night, but help never came. Finally, Kitty Genovese died from her injuries. Later, police would learn that at least 38 people had witnessed the attack. The murder of Kitty Genovese shocked the nation. How could so many people hear her cries for help, but do nothing? The case became infamous, raising questions about human nature and our responsibility to one another. The tragic death of Kitty Genovese brought to light a psychological phenomenon known as the bystander effect. This effect describes how people are less likely to help in an emergency when others are present. The more bystanders there are, the less likely anyone is to take action. Think of it like this. Imagine you see someone who needs help. You might feel unsure. You might assume someone else will step in. You might worry about getting involved. This diffusion of responsibility is at the heart of the bystander effect. In Kitty's case, each neighbor likely assumed someone else had already called the police. They might have thought, someone else will handle it, or they might have convinced themselves it wasn't an emergency. This collective inaction had tragic consequences. The bystander effect is driven by several factors. Fear is a major one. People hesitate to intervene in dangerous situations, fearing for their own safety. Confusion plays a role too. In ambiguous situations, people might not know what to do or how to help. Sometimes apathy sets in. People become desensitized to violence or simply don't want to get involved. They might think, "It's not my problem." This indifference can be as damaging as fear or confusion. The bystander effect highlights a troubling truth. Our instincts for self-preservation and conformity can sometimes override our sense of compassion and duty to help others. The murder of Kitty Genovese remains a stark reminder of the dark side of human nature. It forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about our own behavior. Would we have been one of the 38 witnesses who did nothing? Or would we have found the courage to act? Kitty's story is a call to action. We must resist the bystander effect. We can do this by being aware of our surroundings and recognizing when help is needed. We must be willing to be the first to act, even if it feels uncomfortable or risky. If you see someone in trouble, don't assume someone else will help. Call for help yourself. Speak up. Your actions, even small ones, can make a difference. Kitty Genovese's story is a tragedy, but it can also be a catalyst for positive change.